here, the Frugal Crafter, with a fun Easter project for you today. We're gonna make a couple cute little eggs. We're gonna make this really adorable one using baker's twine from our sponsor today, Paper Mart. You can find them online at www.papermart.com. It's so great, the selection of baker's twine they have. I've got a few here that I've made, also using their Rick-Rack ribbon and their peach baker's twine. They have it in so many different beautiful colors. It's going to be really hard to choose. Well, not really, because the price is right. So you can get a spool of whatever color you want, and there's enough on there that you won't feel stingy with it. So you'll be able to make these cute little eggs. And I'm also going to show you how to make this sparkly one too, using supplies you probably have right around your house. So without further ado, let's go to the table and I'll show you how it's done. The first type of egg I'm going to show you how to make is this baker's twine covered egg. Aren't these cute? I think they look really darling plain, but you can dress them up with some sequins and some punch outs. You can use whatever ribbon you like to hang it with. It'd be a great embellishment for an Easter egg tree or just to hang around your house this springtime. So what you're going to want is a styrofoam egg, and you can get a 12-pack of these tiny ones at the dollar store. You're going to need some thick and tacky glue. It really helps grab the twine so you're not messing with it. Here's a tip: cap it off and leave it in a jar upside down so it's always ready to go when you are. And then we're going to use some baker's twine, and I just threw it in this jar here so I could dispense it easily. And this is from Paper Mart, and you get a 240-yard roll for about $8 to $10. I think it depends on how much you order. When you make a big order, you get more. And I swear this was just like feeding out really easily a minute ago, and now, of course, as I start the video, it wants to misbehave. All right, so there we go. Yeah, it's feeding out easily. So what you want to do is you're going to start on the wide end of the egg, and you're going to brush on some of this glue. This glue is really, really thick. You could try it with regular glue, but I think that you're going to have much better results, and it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience if you just start off with a thick and tacky glue. I'm using Aleene's brand. And you want to try to get the tip of that thread right in the center. If you have fingernails, this is great because you can kind of press the egg into the glue without getting it all over your fingers. And then just very carefully try to wrap it around once so you end up with a little bit of a circle in the end. You want to try to close up the hole as much as you can. I'm just going to slide it so it's in the middle because you really want that centered if you can. Just going to wrap it around. This will be a little awkward the first time you do it. So if you do this and you're getting frustrated and it doesn't seem like it's going to come out, rest assured that the second one will be much easier. And you might be kind of balking at the idea of using so much beautiful twine on a project, but if you buy your twine at Paper Mart, you get such a large variety. I mean, you get such a large amount on a skein that, that you won't be worried about that too much. I have several colors of this beautiful twine. I've been using it for years. I've been using it gratuitously on projects, and I have yet to make a dent in any of the skeins of twine. It's really great stuff, and I don't see it going out of style anytime soon. It's still so popular. It's beautiful on hand-wrapped presents. It looks beautiful wrapped around baked goods. It's so pretty on cards and crafts. I've even used it to make mini pom-poms for jewelry. It's just wonderful stuff. Alright, you want to just keep continuing in this fashion until you get to the end. Just use your paintbrush to add more glue as needed. Alright, we're getting close to the end. You want to have a nice pair of sharp scissors handy, like your sewing scissors. I actually have my paper scissors next to me, so it might be a little rough to trim it, but knowing that, I can prepare for it. Alright, now that you've got this tiny little hole at the end, I'm just going to give it a snip of about an inch there. And then I'm just going to gingerly mold it around in there. And that thick and tacky glue really grabs it. And don't worry if you have a little gap, because we're going to be gluing a oops, see what I mean about paper scissors? Because we're going to be actually sticking a little pin in there to hold our ribbon. So anything that's sticking up, we can just trim. There. And there we have our baker's twine covered egg. Done with this, you want to make sure you wash your brush, or at least put it in a pot of water until you get around to washing it, because this will dry in the bristles and ruin your brush, so don't let that happen. I just put my brush away. And now to make a cute little ribbon bow, this is so easy. All you have to do is grab a cup or anything you have nearby, block of wood, anything that's, you know, the size that you want the hanger part to be. Here I just have a little, this is my little thermostat down here. So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to take some ribbon. You can use ribbon, rickrack, organza, satin, doesn't matter. I really love this organza ribbon, so I'm going to use that. And I am just going to tie a bow right around here. So start by just tying a regular knot. Do it over, you know, a coffee cup will be fine, as long as it's not full of coffee, because if it's full of coffee, you might end up spilling it. And then just make a simple little bow. So this is something easy enough for anyone to do. You don't have to have a fancy bow maker, then you can just kind of fuss with it a little bit. And then I like to pull it from the inside so I know that bow's not going to go anywhere, and then I can trim my edges. To attach the bow and loop that you made to your egg, what you're going to need is a straight pin, and I recommend that you use a silk pin just because it has rust-proof abilities. They come in these little boxes like this from the craft store. You probably have some right around your house even. And then I'm going to put a couple beads right on there. I'm going to use a little seed bead because my bigger beads have holes that will come through. And then I'm just going to put on a couple other beads just for decoration. You don't have to use beads if you don't want to. I just think they're kind of a nice touch. And then I'm going to go right through the knot on this organza ribbon. And by going through the knot, I know it's not going to fray or tear if it does get, if the egg does get pulled at all. These are so lightweight though, this is definitely going to be enough to attach it. And then I'm just going to go right through the center of the top where we finished up with our thread. And there you go. There is our cute little baker's twine egg. Now I want to show you another idea with these styrofoam eggs. They come in two sizes, so I've got the larger one. And what I did was I took some paper scraps and I punched out some little flowers. You can use whatever flower punch you have. I like this little sakura flower, and you know, just take your little scraps of paper. It's a great way to use them up. It's a great project for kids. And just punch out a bunch. Punch a bunch, punch a bunch. And then I just put like each color in its own little container. And then I took one of these larger eggs. You don't need any glue for this, which is really nice. Took a few seed beads here. And you're going to need sequin pins, which are like your straight pins, but they're shorter. And those are also available at the craft store. And so what you want to do is grab a seed bead on your little sequin pin. It's kind of hard to see, but I got a little seed bead there. And you could use whatever color bead you want. And a little clear sequin, but you could also use whatever color sequin you want. And then just choose one of your little punch outs, and then just overlap them and just cover an egg, and it's so pretty. And just keep going until you've got the entire thing covered. And then I did a bow just like I did before, and because I don't think it really needs any more decoration, I am just going to attach that with a straight sewing pin. I could even, with such a big egg like that, if I wanted, I could use one of the floral, like kind of corsage pins, which have the little sparkly ends on them, but this is going to do good. And there we have that can be hung on our Easter tree as well. I hope you try this project. It's so much fun, and you can alter it with whatever ribbons, rickrack, sequins, whatever you like. And please check out our sponsor Paper Mart, where you can find the beautiful twine and ribbons that I use. You can find them online at www.papermart.com, where we make you look even better. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.